It's Week 18 of the 2020 season. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Orbits and the Dreadnoughts under the lights on Sunday night.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale, playoff next Saturday. So it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for their lives. They need to win Week 18 or else.
For the final time in the regular season, it's Week 18, and off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
Anticipation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike. They're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
They face 2nd down and 7. They bring Judy in motion. They go play action now. Murray. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
1st and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. On the give, it's ETN. And he'll get about 5. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They bring Judy in motion. Play action. It's Murray. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Jerry Judy, the intended target, and it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Try to run for it. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
That one is brought in by Terry McLaurin. They get 15 on that game, and that will be a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one, and it'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Burrow. To the goal line and in. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown Orbits. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Orbits come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense ready now for their second drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action with Murray. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort.
The pressure's going to get there again. He's forced down once more.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Murray. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Orbits offense, and Joe Burrow set to take over again. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. Whoa. And he's going to be taken down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
A tight end in motion now. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Now it is first and goal. To throw is Burrow. And he's in. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown Orbits. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer, because right now, they don't have one.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Orbits will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. The veteran Danico Autry brings him down. 3rd and 5. They send Godwin in motion. Murray on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. A big play there on the scramble. 41 yards.
And what a decision to turn into a runner and tuck that ball down and go. You could tell initially he's thinking, just pick up the first down and get out of bounds. But as the play unfolded, he realized there was a lot more green grass in front of me. For a minute, it looked like he was going to take it all the way, but he'll settle for the big gain. Sets up first down.
They send Godwin in motion. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. In motion, Shakir. On the handoff, it's Etienne. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Now Murray on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
On angles, out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Orbits offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. And we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the public. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left, and for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the ground, here's the Texas Longhorn, Roschon Johnson. Oh, he is going to be swarmed under, met in the end zone. It's a safety. You are hoping your running back can do something to give you space. And, Greg, they got the absolute opposite. Instead, it is a safety.
Yeah, exactly right, Mike. That's all they're trying to do is give themselves some breathing room and get their quarterback out of the end zone on this next snap. But instead, the defense is all over it. They get in the backfield for the tackle for loss, and it leads to the safety.
Crowder to return. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They Jeudy in motion. Play action now. It's Murray. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him to the flat. He's not having it. He brings him down for no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working from the shotgun. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Get your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He keeps it up, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It is picked up by the defense. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back. But either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
The Orbits offense ready for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. They'll run right here with Cook. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Micah Parsons on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Burrow. That's complete on the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. And it's 4th down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. The veteran Jamison Crowder deep to return. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Dreadnoughts offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Etienne. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. They'll try and run for the 1st with Etienne.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll go back to Etienne on 1st down. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run the toss here to Etienne. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Play is made there by DJ Wanham. Here's 3rd and 2. That is Ferguson in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the play off on 3rd and short. So, from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Murray. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They bring Judy in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Murray.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on top. Second down, Murray. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now a timeout for injury. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This run straight ahead for Etienne. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. They send Godwin in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Now Etienne. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Here's Etienne. And they'll have it. He'll pick up the 1st down. Getting it to the 10-yard line as this drive continues, doing it on the ground. Browning now. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Uzama, touchdown Dreadnoughts. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. The All-Pro Micah Parsons there for the stop. 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And just when you think you're going to force a 3-and-out, this quarterback is able to escape, gets loose downfield, and he's able to pick up a huge first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Now, Burrow. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. This one complete to Bateman. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Now, Burrow. Quick hitting slant there, and he'll be taken down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're not.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Orbits. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. That's complete to Etienne. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Now Browning. This is brought in downfield by Judy. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 33 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Back to throw, Browning. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And he's going to be taken down. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. 2nd and goal. Browning. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This about as short as you can get. Boswell's kick is good. And the Dreadnoughts will cut the deficit down to 2.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A first down throw for Burrow. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He got off to a hot start with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes, threw another for good measure in the second quarter. So he has been on target throughout. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
As we begin quarter number 3. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. A throw on the move is caught.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the read, here's Burrow. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play. Here's Cook. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. On 1st down, Burrow. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Second down, Burrow. Now he'll run it. That one good for 26 yards.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Throwing is Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Orbits add on to their lead. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. 18 yards on the pickup there, and a 1st down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. 2nd down and 3. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Pass thrown deep for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. 3rd down coming up. To throw, it's Browning. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. They send Godwin in motion. ETN now on 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Throwing. Browning. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They send Godwin in motion. On 3rd down, here's ETN. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down. In motion, the tight end Uzama. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They bring Judy in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And that is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
That is caught at the 3. to the goal line and in. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Browning now. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. This one complete to Bateman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a 1st down.
Second and a yard. Once again, it's Cook. And he'll bring this inside the 15. And that's good enough for the 1st down. To throw is Burrow. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown orbits. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and receiver Chris Godwin set to take over again. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. Here's Browning. To the left side, to Godwin. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Now Browning. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. In motion, the tight end, Uzama. Back to throw, Browning. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Big play coming up. This is third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Taking off. He'll try to get there. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
At this stage of the game, Mike, these are the plays that can alter the outcome. You find yourself trailing here in the second half. He's doing everything he can to keep this drive alive. A little bit through the air. This time, it's with his legs, and he picks up a huge first down.
This is brought in downfield by Judy. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
So, not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. In motion, Shakir. Browning. This one to his big tight end, Uzama.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
He's got it at the 3. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And the Dreadnoughts go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This fielded at about the 9. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now, Burrow. Taking off. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the first down. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. To throw is Burrow. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 3rd and 5. Now, Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Danico Autry, the veteran, in to bring him down.
So much about pass rushing is just not giving up on the play. You're not always going to win with your initial move. Sometimes it's the 2nd or 3rd move that allows you to get home, and when you can keep a quarterback in the pocket like they did here, he becomes a sitting duck, and with good coverage, you can have enough time to get home.
In motion, Shakir. Throwing now on 3rd and long. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now this team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. He'll find his running back, Cook. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Trying the left side, it is Johnson. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. A massive play here. Late, tie game, third down. He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
Cook. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. Shooing off 7 yards on that one. Here's second down and 3. A run with Cook. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. They'll run with Cook. And he'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the first down. Now Burrow gonna do this himself. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down. They'll run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown. They finished the season on a high note. So now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night.